Israeli-American dual citizen David Stern is recovering in the hospital after sustaining several bullet wounds in Sunday's terrorist shooting in the Palestinian town of HUWARA. The former U.S. Marine who lives in the settlement of Itamar managed to return fire, wounding the terrorist, who was arrested by soldiers after a short chase. The shooting came as U.S.-backed security talks between Israel and Palestinians were underway in Sharm el-Sheikh. The murder of the Yaniv brothers in HUWARA, which occurred only 3 weeks ago, also came during security talks in Aqaba. The talks aim to help foster regional calm and security cooperation ahead of the sensitive Ramadan period, which begins at the end of this week. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke with U.S. President Joe Biden in a phone call Sunday evening and updated him on the terrorist attack in HUWARA. According to the Prime Minister's office, Netanyahu told Biden that Israel would continue to take action everywhere against terrorists and the architects of terrorism. The conversation focused on the Iranian threat and expanding the circle of peace, and the Prime Minister thanked Biden for his commitment to Israel's security. The two leaders also spoke about the planned judicial overhaul, with Biden offering support for efforts to forge a compromise to achieve the broadest possible base of popular support for the reform. Netanyahu told the president that Israel will continue to remain a strong and vibrant democracy and reiterated that the changes would be carried out responsibly and will protect the basic rights of all Israelis. Meeting well into the night, leaders of the coalition parties decided to move ahead with the judicial appointments bill for final votes before the Knesset breaks for Passover at the beginning of April, but decided to delay the rest of the legislative package to reform their judicial system until after the holiday recess. The coalition leaders urged the opposition to use that time for negotiations. Now, what remains on the agenda is a softened proposal for reform on the Judicial Selection Committee for the Supreme Court, brought forth by head of the Knesset Constitution Law and Justice Committee, Simcha Rotman. This compromise essentially allows the coalition to select the first 2 judges to make up the Supreme Court, but aims to ease opposition concerns that the coalition will rule the Judges Selection Committee. Rothman's suggestion was the first publicly declared effort by the coalition to moderate its reforms. Yet despite this, he received criticism from the opposition and protest leaders who were quick to reject the compromise.